Welcome everybody to the XP GamesCast, where we bring you the latest and greatest in news and topics. You didn't like that? New intro for the show. I had to work on it a little bit. Was taking a shower, washing my body, but was said it like 20 million times to myself. This is episode 24. I think yeah, 24. I'm your host Omar.
I'm Dylan.
And yeah, we're gonna get into it. Do the news. Got a lot of news, kind of to talk about. Nintendo, they got a lot of stuff going on with their new system and their stocks, like just dropping hard. And yeah, Comic Con came and got some cool new superhero trailers and
yeah. Dude, that Wonder Woman trailer.
You was all talking crap about the Wonder Woman trailer.
Was?
They ain't gonna be good. I don't like Wonder Woman. And I was like, I don't know. People keep telling me that the trailer's really good, and we gotta see this stuff really quick. And then we watched it. I seen the Justice League one. I think I've seen it twice. I don't know why I watched it twice. It was okay. It was cool to see. So I guess we'll just get into it now. It was cool to see all of the the heroes together. Like we've already seen it with like Marvel and stuff.
Yeah.
But it was like cool to see like the thing about Marvel is like when the first Avengers came out, it was like Iron Man, Hulk, like Hawkeye, Black Widow, Captain America, and stuff like that. But there was like, I mean, there's noticeable misses there.
Yeah.
Like Spider-Man and whatnot. But this is like, other than the fact that they're not showing Superman.
I don't know, I'm sort of missing the Martian,
I mean, Martian's not in there, but like, you know, Cyborg's in there, and Flash.
Original Justice League anyway.
You know, Wonder Woman's in there. Like, all those guys are in there, which is pretty cool. I don't think they're doing the original one. I think they're doing the new one from a newer set with Cyborg in it and stuff like that.
I mean, don't get me wrong.
They don't have Green Lantern in it.
I love Cyborg.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
It's because they messed the Cyborg movie up so goddamn hard.
I mean, Green Lantern's not in here. For obvious reasons. They just no point.
Nope.
His character got messed up during that movie with Ryan Reynolds in it, and
I'd rather have him playing Deadpool anyway.
I mean, yeah, he's doing a great job with that. So, what was the other trailer? Oh, Doctor Strange.
I mean, I've already seen a whole bunch of Doctor Strange. They didn't really reveal anything new that hadn't been shown in some other trailers.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it looked like Inception meets Harry Potter. I mean, you take that how you want to take it. If you want to take that as a good thing, or if you want to take it as bad, like they're mixing these two genres kind of up. I mean, it had a lot of
Doctor Strange.
Yeah, not a huge Doctor Strange fan. But that's just me. The only cool news from that is that like they're saying that it's gonna add to the multiverse of DC, where like Miles Morales is there, and there's like Amadeus Cho, and the girl Thor and stuff like that, and Old Man Logan. So these people might be starting to come, which is cool. Like people keep saying, oh, like Hugh Jackman's getting old, he can't play, Wolverine anymore, but he can. Like we have Old Man Logan now. Like he can be Old Man Logan.
That's if he wants to still be Wolverine.
Well, he said this was his last movie, but like if he was
like 15 years.
Yeah, like if he was to come back in like 5 years or something like that, once they get this ball rolling, he's like, they're like, hey, you don't have to be young anymore. You can be old, and you can play Old Man Logan.
He still has to be jacked.
He'll still be jacked. I mean, I don't think he's gonna never not be jacked anymore. Like after.
Oh yeah, I'm just saying like Hugh Jackman. That's a lot of work to do.
Jackman.
Yeah.
But yeah. So yeah, that came out. There was a couple game stuff, but Comic Con is not really supposed to be about games. It's supposed to be about comics and stuff like that. So they show trailers there, but the trailers that we want to talk about are the superhero ones because those are the comic stuff. That's what Comic Con is all about. So let's get into the news. We do speedrun news here, so it's gonna be like super speedrun because there's a couple little things, not really. Of course, Pokemon Go in Japan came out, but they're having huge server issues because this is what happened when you have Apple and Samsung.
Every time they release in a new country, there's huge server issues.
Updates are being delayed. We talked about it last week. Pokemon Go's, it is what it is, but it's not as good as people are making out to be. Not because the game is bad, but it's because like they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing.
I mean, it's not what everybody else is making.
Yeah.
It's not ever gonna be anything like Pokemon.
No, but you know, that's just what it is, and it's okay. You know, the battling system's not there and whatnot, but we talked about that last week. So, Animal Crossing, like we talked about, is coming to the phone, but they're saying don't expect it to be like anything else or whatever.
Or like all the other Animal Crossings.
Yeah. So, but you just take that how you want to take it. I don't know what it could be or what it is gonna be, but you know, it could be fun.
I mean, I was never that big into Animal Crossing anymore.
I know. I liked it. New Leaf was pretty sweet on the 3DS. The other DS one was pretty good. The one original DS. So if that's what they like, you know, they feel like they can change it up and not have it be the same thing from the other one, then I guess that's what they're gonna give us.
And I don't really know what you can do to Animal Crossing to make it less like Animal
I hope
Crossing.
they don't make it like that Happy Home Designer, which came out where you just like have a place and then that place is like set up where like you just pretty much rearrange the house and that's it. I think that would be stupid, but
it's probably still get a bunch of app downloads.
Cool news. Terry Crews is making his own like Twitch stream.
Did you watch any of the videos?
No, I haven't seen any of the videos for it now.
He kept putting them up to PC Master Race. It's great.
But he's funny. I really like him a lot.
I think he'd be a good Twitch streamer.
Yeah, like he would just be like super obnoxious and like just like yeah, like it would just be like constant flow of like what we're doing. No Man's Sky menu kind of looks like Destiny, like almost exactly like Destiny. I don't know if I like that aspect of it. I'm still gonna get the game. I know you don't really care for the game, but like why? I don't know. I don't like these menus where like they try to give you a mouse when it's not really a mouse, but it's like it's worse than a mouse because it doesn't work like a mouse. Like if it was actually like a mouse and I could use like the touchpad,
yeah,
then I might be like, okay, it's kind of annoying that I have to use a touchpad, but at least it works somewhat like an actual mouse. But this doesn't work like a mouse. Like it doesn't.
They're not gonna let you use touchpad at all.
I'm sure it'll like have touchpad capabilities, but I don't know. I don't think it'll be like actual touchpad stuff. Team Sonic debuted their new Sonic trailer. They're trying to make it, you know, more of Sonic. Sonic Mania, and then they're making another one next year. Looked exactly like old Sonic, and that's what they're going for. They're like, oh, we want to come back to our true fans and like give them something and blah blah blah. But I'm like, whatever.
I don't care about Sonic anymore.
Yeah.
I never cared about Sonic. I didn't even like him back in the Sega days.
Yeah. I mean, it was okay. It was fun. I like Sonic the character. His games
just
are
better,
okay.
Better platformers in my opinion.
I mean, there's by far way better platformers out there, and
even during the era.
Like I mean, Mario was just king then and king now platformer. Yeah.
Gex was awesome. And Vector Man.
Yeah. A lot of people don't like Vector Man. Like I hear people hate on that game all the time. That's like one of my favorite games ever. But yeah, so more Sonic. Hopefully it's good enough for the fans. I mean, I'm a fan of Sonic the character, but other than Sonic Adventure Battle 2, that was like my only one that I truly like a lot. Nintendo. So they told everybody that they didn't make Pokemon Go after their stocks went super high, and now their stocks just dropped off again because people were like, you didn't make the game, so we don't have any faith in you guys again.
Doesn't matter. They're still making money.
Yeah.
Face off. Like their Pokemon sales are going through the roof.
Yeah. Oh, and Sun and Moon is gonna sell. That's gonna sell. That every Pokemon on handheld sells every time it comes out, and it sells enough that they keep making them, and it's gonna do well. And hopefully the NX has like a really cool one. But we'll get to that NX stuff here in a second. HBO teases Game of Thrones season 7.
Everybody knew it's coming next summer.
Yeah.
7 episodes, not 10. Bad news bears.
Yeah. What was the one?
Bad news bears.
Walking Dead got teased.
Was it Walking Dead?
Yeah. So I don't know.
I never got into watching that show at all.
They just showed a bunch of clips and whatnot. So it was just like a bunch of like a montage of clips. But I don't want to spoil anything for anybody else. I mean, I don't watch the show, but I don't care if things get spoiled for me. But I'm not gonna spoil stuff for other people. Pokemon Go's to get new monsters, lure features, but When we'll get them, who knows? They keep saying every 2 weeks they'll update it. It's been about 3 weeks since the game's been out, I think.
I had one update.
One small one.
Mediocre one, but it did something. I don't know.
No Man's Sky, PlayStation Plus not required to play No Man's Sky, which is pretty good for people who haven't invested in PlayStation Plus yet. So, maybe like run out of PlayStation Plus or whatever. Like,
yeah.
Hey, I can still play this game. The PC release is getting slightly delayed, like 3 days.
Doesn't really matter.
Yeah. I don't know if that's to not interfere with sales on the console or what that is for.
It could be for a variety of things.
But 3 days is kind of not something huge. Maybe like server issues or something like that. Like, hey, before we put it on PC, let's make sure the server works.
I just think it's the console players are the one hyped up for No Man's Sky.
Yeah, I mean, I would say PC players probably have a shit ton of games like that already. Mm-hmm. So it's like console players don't really get games like that. So kind of interesting. We just had a beef about this news. Marvel Ultimate Alliance 1 and 2 came out for consoles and for
garbage.
Steam.
How are you gonna pick a game? What, like 10 years old? Something like that?
It's like, I think it came out 2008.
All I remember is I bought it with Forza Motorsport.
Yeah.
And the fucking combo.
Yeah.
So you're gonna charge me $45 on Steam for that?
I think
ain't no way I'm gonna buy that. I'll wait till it goes on Steam sale for like $10.
I mean, I guarantee 2 months from now it'll be like 10 to 20 or 15 to 20 bucks on.
Better be. I don't even think it's worth 20.
I don't think it is.
So old.
I think it's worth 15.
10.
I think 15.
I already bought the game once. Just because I don't have a 360 anymore doesn't mean I shouldn't.
Yeah, garbage. But I don't really believe that when you buy a game that you just own it for the rest of your life. Like,
I mean, I still own it at my house. I just can't put it into my PC.
Yeah. But I don't know. That's a different topic for another day.
Stupid.
I don't believe in like when people have that argument like, oh, I bought it on my 360, so it's working everything that I have now, or I should get a code to download it on everything. Like
should.
Doesn't work that way.
You own the game.
Nah.
Like you shouldn't be able to play it on both systems at the same time. But you should be able to play it on both your systems.
But I'm not gonna buy it. I wasn't gonna buy it originally. I was just like, it is what it is. It was fun.
I will when it goes on some super Steam sale and I pay $5 for it.
I mean, it was fun when it was out long ago. I didn't even play. I think me and you played too a little bit, but you had played it so much already that I was like.
I had 1, 2, and both of the X-Men.
Yeah.
What were they? And then X-Men had their own one too. I can't remember the full name of the game.
Your Xbox Live gamer tag will expire after 5 years, so to keep people from making new names just to mess with people, and then never use them again.
So, I hate that. Names always taken. Yeah,
Street Fighter classics are coming to the new 3DS. If you actually care about those old ones. NX is using NVIDIA Tegra technology. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what's the power behind it or something. It's something I'd have to look up.
Grand Theft Auto is now interested in the NX, so maybe Rockstar has seen something inside of that console. You assume they have it. And last bit of news, that little Pokemon Plus thing got delayed until September. So if you were excited for that, if you were excited about that, sorry. We're gonna take a quick break. Come back with the topic. Time for the topic of the show, where we bring you some topics. We talk about multiple things. So the one I want to get into first is the NX. It got not revealed, but there's more teaser about it.
They announced that it's a mobile system. Yeah,
they're saying it's a console, but it can be not hooked up to your TV, which people have already said that's what it was gonna be. So we've been hearing about this for months that's what it's gonna be.
Basically, looks like a Wii U. And you can take the controller end off each side.
I think they want to be smaller than that, but yeah, it has detachable controllers. It's supposed to be portable, but at the same time, you come home, plug it in your TV, and then it works on your TV. So we'll see how that's gonna be. Yeah, I mean we've heard about that so many times. That's what people keep predicting. So it almost I almost wonder if people have seen it already.
And I just think it was a leak.
Yeah, like I think people like seen it already like a while ago, like a year ago when they announced it. And I think Nintendo was just like, hey, you see it, but don't say anything about what it actually is. And then somebody was like, hey, I know you like, IGN or GameSpot or somebody was like, hey, I know you are working on games for the NX. Like, what does it look like? And they're probably like, you can't tell anybody, but it's gonna be a two-way console. And people are like, and then they predict it to us like, knowing that that's what it's gonna be. And they just say, oh, my prediction is that it's gonna be a handheld and a console together. And but them fully knowing, because there's no way that people would even know that this was gonna be a thing. Like never, like nobody even knew what the Wii was gonna be when it came out. Nobody knew about motion controls or anything like that. So for them to just guess that it was gonna be this, kind of like stretching the truth.
But at the same time, you can guess that they're just gonna put all their eggs into the handheld.
Yeah. Well, they announced that they were making another handheld. So, is it NX is the home version, and then I think it was called MH.
I mean, the NX it sort of looks like portable PlayStation, where you can pop open your screen, except you can also just sort of plug it into your TV.
Yeah. So,
I mean, maybe it'll be. I don't.
Like
I'm
maybe
not gonna buy it.
I mean, maybe the NX is more of like. It's more of the console version of it, where in the sense like, hey, you buy the NX, and it's gonna not visually look good when you leave your house, but you can still leave your house. And then the MH is like, hey, it's not gonna visually look good when you connect it to your TV, but when you're looking at that screen, it's gonna be amazing. I don't know. That's just like, I don't see why they would have two different consoles, but then say that this one is a mix of a console and whatever. But
beats the shit out of me.
We'll see. I want it.
I don't understand Nintendo's strategy at all. I mean,
Hey,
if I were them, I'd drop out of the console market, stick to my handhelds and making super dope video games that have exclusives, pick a system, roll with it. Just rake in the cash. Because the only time they're losing money is on their goddamn systems.
I think the only thing about that is, me personally, I would rather them be with like Sony.
Yeah.
I don't want them. I mean, first of all,
perfect for them.
Yeah, I don't think they would actually be like, "Hey, Xbox, here you go."
Yeah, sweet. It would be if they just also released Smash Brothers on computer. People could just play that, and not on their shitty servers that restrict you in so many ways. Or Mario Kart. Could you imagine playing Mario Kart not restricted by their terrible online servers?
It actually would be pretty fun, because I thought it was pretty fun this console generation, because the internet is actually the best it's ever been for Nintendo on the Wii U, which is saying nothing.
Saying it's like an equivalent of what Sony had going on the PS2.
Yeah. But yeah, so I don't know. It would be cool for them to do that, but if they actually went into the market of selling their games to different people, I think they would go to the highest bidder. I don't think they would keep their. If they're gonna,
Sony would be the highest bidder.
But I'm saying like Sony would probably be like, hey, we want Mario on our console, and then they're like, all right, here's Mario. We only make Mario for Sony, and then like Xbox be like, we missed the ball. Hey, you only make, Metroid Prime for us, and then they're like, Sony's like, dang, we missed the ball, and then they just try grabbing everything they could. But I don't think they would just side with one partner. I would like them to side with either one.
They could.
I mean, even if they side with Xbox, like I have a PlayStation and an Xbox, and I had a Wii U, but like if I had an Xbox,
I just want them to stop making consoles. I don't care how they do it.
There's never gonna not be a console. Oh, I mean Nintendo.
Yeah.
I don't think they'll ever stop making consoles. Like if NX
is said that about Sega.
Yeah, but they lost.
If they flop on this console, I don't see them making another one.
The thing
3
about
flops in a row. I mean, people can say the Wii is not a flop.
I mean, the Wii wasn't a flop.
It wasn't a flop sales, but when it comes to like, I don't know, maybe that's what they wanted it to do. I consider it a flop. Like, it's not a good piece of gaming machinery. Like,
I don't think it. Here's the thing: there's a lot of people.
It was a gimmick.
Don't understand about how I care about video games. I don't care about graphics. I don't care about. It's all about gameplay. And despite
when you give me some shit tier controller.
I mean, I used it. It was fine. I can use any controller except for a keyboard and mouse, and that's just because I don't use them. Like if I'm sure if I like.
I literally hate that. Like when you turn the thing sideways and like my hand like encompassed.
But not every game was like that.
It's horrible. And then I have to go spend another $60 on some like classic controller. Like I don't know. Every time you constantly have to buy so many controllers for that system just to play like a game.
Yeah. So
you're not using this dildo controller.
I would say that I could probably give some people run for their money with the Wii U like point thing on the PC, because that is like actually like equivalent to like how fast the PC is with the mouse.
Maybe.
I mean, I was like when I used to play.
It's glitchy though.
Yeah, I mean.
Its consistency is not there.
If I stand like I was like actually like at the perfect position when I used to play Call of Duty on my Wii, and like, I mean, if I could have been recording some videos back in the day, that'd have been some amazing stuff, man. I was like, whoop, whoop, whoop. It used to be fun. But anyways, yeah. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Like I can't ever like discredit them when they make a console, because I can't because people now.
The last good one they made was the GameCube, and even then, at the time, it paled in comparison to everything else.
I know, and arguably they've had one bad system, which is the Wii U. Arguably.
I would say the Wii's like you have to.
But I would say the Wii's not because of.
They're constantly behind in every aspect. Like
they are now, but they weren't before.
They were at the GameCube. They were in the Wii U. The only thing the Wii U had on any other system.
Okay, but
the gimmick.
I'm saying the GameCube.
And you could say we should look at like the amount of Wii's weren't sold to gamers. They weren't.
I mean, it wasn't, but that's okay. I mean, it's sold.
We should look at like the amount of games sold per console.
Oh, I mean,
probably like the amount of people that just bought that for Wii Sports.
Well, not even that. I mean, there's a lot of shovelware. I get the Wii's downfalls. What I'm telling you is,
I mean, it's selling systems does not make it a good system.
I didn't say that. I'm saying a lot of people are like, they just want to harp on Nintendo for the GameCube and the Wii U, because the Wii did something that no other consoles ever did, and despite the fact that it
failed as a company, they never put the hardware in their console.
Okay,
it's available. It's always available, and they always go on the low cheap end on the hardware for their fucking.
And that's for that system that was okay because it paid off for them. If it didn't pay off for them,
I think if they would have put the little bit of extra thing to make the system halfway decent for gamers, it would have been great.
But here's the thing. Who was gonna buy a PlayStation like Nintendo when the GameCube was?
It could be the same thing. It could have been the Wii U.
And who's gonna buy that though? At this point, the GameCube failed to the PS2 and the Xbox.
It didn't have to be the GameCube. The Wii could have been the Wii, but with hardware that wasn't shit.
But that's what I'm telling you. So you're not like I don't think you're thinking more of just like it needed to be better because the PlayStation 3 and the 360
it wasn't even that. It was like it'd be like if somebody sells you a cell phone and all the parts in it are 5 years old, and you go, "Why are you selling me something where all the parts are 5 years old? Why don't you put modern parts in it if you're making me spend all this money?" That's what I'm saying. It was a garbage system.
Okay, the system itself was not at standard of the other ones. What I'm telling you is the PS2 and Xbox and GameCube were all very similar systems.
They were.
I'm saying is it still lost in that market to the PS2 and Xbox. So they needed to do something different.
And they did do something different.
They succeeded.
But they didn't have to change the hardware inside to do something different.
Okay, and they didn't. They
did
like, we'll just keep.
They put in worse hardware in comparison to all their competitors.
They just kept it the same. They didn't up-res it. They put PS2 parts into it when there was PS3 and 360.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. They put in subpar parts in comparison to all their competitors.
I get that, and what I'm telling you is that it didn't matter for them at that moment. They said
it should have mattered though. That's what makes them a shitty company.
It doesn't make them a shitty company.
It does.
Because they end up doing something that those two consoles didn't do.
But they could have done that anyways, is what I'm saying.
Maybe.
They could have done both at the same time.
But what did you buy? A 360, right? Yeah, a 360.
Yeah.
Okay. You didn't buy a GameCube.
I had a GameCube.
You had one, but that's not what you bought. You wanted a 360. When the Wii came out, did you buy a Wii?
No.
Okay, but not
because I read about it.
You read about it, but the thing is,
your only releases are like 3 mediocre party games, and you don't have a controller, and your hardware is shit. Why would I ever buy your system? I would never buy your system.
But what I'm telling you is,
I did pay for half my GameCube. I did pay for my PlayStation 2.
Yeah.
And if the Wii would have been any good, I would have paid for a Wii, but it wasn't.
But what I'm telling you is that like you're focused on it not being the quality of the other two consoles. And what I'm telling you is that the GameCube was almost there at quality.
I understand all of that.
Okay, so they were like, and it didn't work out for us that time.
Right.
So let's do something different, and it worked for them. And where they messed up was they tried to do it again with the Wii U, and nobody wanted the Wii U. Nobody wanted.
Everybody was done with the gimmick. You can only sell a gimmick once.
So that's where they messed up.
And now they're going for another gimmick.
Maybe, but
they already said its hardware is not comparative to everything else.
I mean, I've been reading reports where they said it's just as good as everything else.
It's supposed to be the next gen now. It's supposed to be better than everything else. You know how the Wii released 1 year earlier than everything else, so it just didn't fucking matter.
The Wii came out in 2006, the same year that the PS3 did.
Yeah.
The Xbox was the earlier console. But this time they opened 2 years earlier before. So
like, why?
They messed up.
I don't know. I just don't.
They didn't work on their console long enough. Is what I think.
They were like, should not be releasing a console right now. I understand their old consoles crashing and burning, but they haven't even learned from that. They're still releasing gimmicks.
But I think the problem is
I understand they're trying to push boundaries. I get that.
My problem is with people is like what you're saying is that you're just completely just trashing Nintendo now when they've had arguably more successful systems than they've had poor systems, and they've had better games.
I mean, like I said, you selling a system does not make it good to me.
Okay, but
we putting up the fat numbers doesn't make it good.
Okay, but
the GameCube was a good system.
The NES
even though
was
it
good.
didn't do good in comparison.
The NES was good. The Super Nintendo was good. Yeah. The Game Boy was good. The Game Boy Color was good.
Yeah.
Virtual Boy was bad. 64 was good.
But you have to remember, all these games were under an entirely different CEO group.
Well, yeah. DS comes out. People knock it at first. One of the best-selling and best catalogs of video games, like in history of video games, on that one system. Wii comes out. Sells the best out of, it's one of the top-selling consoles of all time. Despite what you don't like about it, it's still one of the best-selling. Wii U comes out as bad. So that arguably says they've had two bad systems, and one system that arguably people just don't like because it was a gimmick.
Yeah, but you're judging it by numbers. I'm just saying.
I'm not judging it by numbers.
Numbers mean, yeah, you are, because you're saying the Wii putting up the numbers makes it a good system.
I didn't say that.
I'm telling you it's a shit system.
But I didn't say it was good. I said that they sold the best. So arguably, that wasn't a failure. It wasn't a failure.
It wasn't a failure.
So when the Wii U came out, it is a failure.
It's like StarCraft, right? You can only six-pull someone once. You can only cheese them and gimmick something once. You get one gimmick.
Alright, we're back. Gotta take a quick break. So that was our little stuff about Nintendo. Next topic is summer gaming, summer droughts.
Summer droughts.
So I've been noticing over probably the past 10 years, nothing really comes out in the summer, which I don't understand why. I don't know why companies just shy away from it. But you said some of the best games have come out during the summer. I do agree with you that some of the best games do come out in the summer.
I think it all depends. Like I was also saying, I think it also depends. It's console games that get the drought. PC games, just this summer, you have Overwatch, which also came out for console, but let's be honest, that game was designed for PC. You have Paradox released Stellaris and Hearts of Iron. The new Starbound just fully released just less than a week ago. That's awesome. Like, there's always cool stuff that releases year round, but consoles, I think, is I would say that your average console gamer is your active high school, college kid, and they just got shit going on in the summer.
See, but I feel like a lot of my summer nights was spent like playing games, like as a kid.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't you market something
but like, you were also in a different. You didn't go to parties and stuff, and you didn't.
I mean, when I got into high school, I did, but I still like went home and still like you don't party.
That's what they're advertising to. Because when you're a kid, you didn't have a job, right? So unless you were given money and by some random occasion, you weren't gonna go buying the new video game. But Christmas time, you could ask for the new video game.
Yeah, I get why they do the holiday.
And then, but the older kids, like the high school kids and the college kids, they're busy in the summer. They're not gonna buy it anyway. And then the parents that do still game, it doesn't matter. They're gonna buy it whenever.
Yeah.
So if you want the best sales, you target the fall, winter, spring, when less stuff's going on. Kids can add to their wish lists.
The things I would say to counteract those arguments.
I mean, yeah, you can do it all still the same by releasing like a summer game. Yeah. And then by the time winter comes, it might even be cheaper for the parents to buy it, but then you're looking at margins and business.
My thing is that $60 price is usually just because they have to put like $20 towards it being in the store. But like,
oh, you'd think that until you go buy a digital download.
Well, the digital download
try to sell you for $60, and then they're trying to increase the price on the digital download in some cases to like $70 on Call of Duty, and you're like, what? I thought this is supposed to make the game cheaper.
Yeah. Here's the thing about that is the reason why I think that happens is if you charge people $40 for a game digitally, and you don't charge them $60, then the stores are like, hey, we're gonna start losing money because we're having ours in your store, and it's not selling because it's $20 more than it is on digital. And then there's people who want store-bought one because they don't like to download a bunch of stuff to theirs.
And they're gonna go buy it at the store anyway. Like there's always gonna be a GameStop.
Yeah, and but even at GameStop,
who goes to Walmart to buy their games? The only time I know anybody that goes to Walmart is on midnight releases because you don't have to wait in a line.
Yeah.
And other than that, like I never casually walk into a Walmart and be like, let me browse their video game section and see if I can talk to somebody about a game. Like, no. It's never.
But what I would counteract with the games is, what I'm saying is, I feel like we live in a different generation where gaming, people do put party and stuff aside for video games, and I feel like
sometimes
I feel like a game like The Last of Us that came out, which is 11-hour, 12-hour game.
Well, that's the other thing.
Like how is that gonna affect anything in the summer for you? Like you're gonna play it. It had a cool online, but it's like 11 hours. You get this great story, and it's done and over with.
That's the other thing. It's usually one blockbuster that comes out in the summer. There's always one. Do you really want to compete? Like how many? Even if there are people.
But you want to compete in October? You know how many things are coming in October?
Yeah. But you have a better chance.
You have a better chance. Like last year, Fallout 4 came out. Arguably the biggest game of
Let's say your game's mediocre, right? Like it's gonna fall through the cracks anyways. But in the summer, it'll probably fall through the cracks, and then everybody will just forget about it by the time the next big release.
Maybe, but what if it's the only game that comes out and people are like, okay, for example, so Christmas was over 2 years ago. Dying Light came out. Not as good as all the games that came out in 2014, but it sold really well. Better than it probably would have did in October or even at the beginning of summer.
I would still say it sold really well due to the still zombie hype that's been going on.
I mean, the zombie hype is still there, but
6 years or so.
But nobody really buys anything in January or February because they just bought a ton of stuff in November and December. That game still sold really, really well. Like really well for like it. Like I thought it was great. I played it. I beat it.
I never played it.
I thought it was pretty fun. But like if that game comes out in November of 2013, it loses to everything that year. Last year, Tomb Raider came out in the middle of Halo 5, which every Xbox player is getting. They're not getting Tomb Raider over Halo. And Fallout 4 comes out 2 weeks after that, and Star Wars Battlefront. I mean, you don't like Fallout, but it probably sold more than any game last year other than like
Fallout. I just don't love it.
Halo 5 is just not as good as anymore.
I just don't like Halo anymore.
But
and I also what was the other two?
Star Wars Battlefront.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that game was garbage.
Yeah, but most people didn't think that game was gonna be as bad as it was gonna be.
I don't know who thought.
I didn't think it was gonna be as bad.
Before anything, like when they were just like, before they even showed footage and they were like, "This is what we're removing from the game," and I went, "This game's shit." I remember somebody's like, "You're judging it too fast," and I'm like, "No, I'm not."
If when they took the story out, I was like,
yeah, no story, no galactic conquest. How's a game coming out 10 years after the original and you're removing content?
No, trust me, I was very skeptical on like the stuff they were taking out, but I didn't think it was gonna be. I didn't think it was gonna be as.
Here's 5 maps and 6 heroes.
Yeah, I didn't think it was gonna be that. I didn't think it was gonna be that. I was like,
dude, it was like a $20 DLC. That was literally like game.
Fallout 4 was what it was supposed to be, and Fallout 4 actually ended up being really good. A lot of people liked it.
I just think there's better RPGs personally.
Yeah. Halo 5 is like, it's just Halo. People are gonna buy it. It's an Xbox exclusive. People got Xboxes. They want to have a reason to play their Xbox. Let's buy Halo. You know what I mean? Call of Duty came out during then. Black Ops 3 is arguably the best one in that franchise to a lot of people. It loses to them. I don't think so either, but it's the most, other than Modern Warfare 2.
I just have to understand they're just a different generation of gamers.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the one that everybody was going to. It's the third one in that installment. People were jumping onto that ship. So, like, that's a game that could have came out in the summer. I have no Xbox games in the summer. It was an Xbox exclusive for the time being. It's going to be on the PS4 in October, which again, it's going to die because there's so many things in October coming out. But like, you release that game in the summer, people are like, I don't have anything to play. That's a 10-hour game. I'm going to get it, play it, beat it, then I'm done with it. You probably would have got probably like 1 million people would have bought that game. Just surely because there's nothing out there in that time. Witcher came out in May. Batman came out in May. Or no, June. End of June. Those were the 2 summer blockbusters of this last year.
Yeah, Witcher did really good.
Yeah. So like think about how good The Witcher did because of where it was at. The Witcher is good.
It's also been like The Witcher is the like shining example of like even if you don't have the publicity at first.
Yeah.
Like in Witcher 1, Witcher 2, they got like a little bit bigger, the game got more acclaim, but they kept producing quality content. By the time 3 came out, they built such a name for themselves that they just exploded.
But here's where I think they did the best last year. Not because the game was good, amazing, great, whatever people thought it was. Came out May 25th. It gives you the whole summer to play a game that they said is 200 hours long. You got the whole summer just to jump in and out. If you like Batman, you got Batman. You beat that in 10 hours, 15 hours, whatever long that took. By August, that game was on so many sales for $25. Witcher was. Like, you know how many people were buying that game at that point? And if you buy it online, like if you're buying it on actual system.
Steam's my favorite thing in the world for that.
And that's what I'm saying.
And that's what I don't think companies understand. Cause some try fighting the Steam sales and stuff. And it's like, you hit every price margin. Maybe I won't buy your game for 60. Maybe I won't buy it for 40. But maybe I'll buy it for 30. Yeah. Maybe he'll buy it for 20. And you we'll never buy it if you don't ever drop it to that price. Yeah. It's not like I'll bend and be like, oh no, I'll wait no, I'm not paying $60 for your game.
Yeah.
It's just not happening.
But that was a game that like it sold really well at $60 because it had to be 60 because it's in stores.
Mm-hmm.
Then it drops to $50. Then on flash sales and summer sales and fall sales and Steam sales, it goes to $25 and people are like, this game's $200 hours long and I can buy this $25 whatever, or I can buy the $50 version with the expansion to it. That's $50 that they make because they don't have to be tied down to $60 in the store or it's $30 in the store, but that's still a $10.
Steam takes a percentage. I'm sure.
Yeah. I'm sure everything takes a percentage,
but it's not nearly as big
as
and plus you're not paying for you're not paying all the drivers, all your retail workers, the gas, all the lights and stuff. That it all adds up.
Like I'm not saying that every game company
and then there's
needs
you pay a manufacturer to actually print CDs and make game cases.
Yeah.
It's all extra cash.
Yeah, like it's just like they bank more on that $25 in the fall than they do $60. Probably if I'm sure it didn't sell that much, but like let's say 3 million people bought it at $25, and probably only like a two to $3 fee to be on any of those sites. But they sold a million $60 ones, but they were only at $40. Like they're making way more of that $25 price point.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, and more people are playing the game. And when they make Witcher 4, or they drop the 4 and whatever the name it is, like, you know, and you know, like Tomb Raider got lucky that freaking Assassin's Creed wasn't out there, and then either like I don't like Assassin's Creed, you don't like Assassin's Creed, but there's 5 million people who do that are gonna buy it. That would have bought it out
when it first came out. I was like, oh, this is so awesome.
Yeah.
And then they just kept making the Call of Duty, dude.
I'm still excited for next year when it comes out, since it's gonna be a 2-year, almost 3-year gap between that one and Syndicate, and this one is set.
Madden needs to do.
Madden needs to just go to a pay to play. They don't need to be every year. It needs to be like.
I mean, they have that EA Sports Pass.
Yeah.
I tell everybody, I was like, if you're into sports games, just buy that. I think it's like $80, and you get every single sports games and all the expansions for that year. If all you're gonna do is buy FIFA, like, I mean, most people like 2K instead of NBA Live, but like, just get that.
Like, what makes me mad is that, like,
I mean, it alone is cheaper than buying Madden and all the expansions and all that stuff.
Like what makes me mad is that like these people do that, and then like they're like, oh well, we worked all year round to get this game out, but I'm like, if you just made one copy of it for the generation lifespan,
just make one that lasts 4 years.
Yeah, and then after 4 years, you up-res it, make it look better, because
change mechanics.
Let's be real. The games don't look that amazing. Like 2K doesn't look that great. Like
2K5 still has better game physics than Madden now.
Yeah.
11 years.
Yeah. So like, they need to, but you know.
You know what the NFL should do? They should just partner with 2K. They make better basketball games. They make better football games. They just.
The problem is you have.
The only thing they have is MLB The Show, and who actually cares about baseball games? I do have FIFA. FIFA is dope.
FIFA is like the biggest. I think it's bigger than. I think it's FIFA, 2K16, or like the 2K basketball.
Yeah.
And then like MLB The Show, and then I think Madden is way below in the NHL and all those like games like that.
You really think it's below in popularity than NHL?
What?
Madden?
No, I think it's like Madden and NHL. It's like down a little bit lower.
I honestly think FIFA is like the most popular.
Yeah, FIFA. I think
it's the best mechanically, like, and it's the most fun. Like, you don't even have to like soccer, but playing FIFA is fun as shit.
Yeah. I really think it goes FIFA and then basketball and then like Madden.
And 2K is great too. Again, you don't even have to play basketball. Yeah. 2K is super fun.
But yeah, so summer droughts. They kind of suck for us, but then like we get a bunch of stuff in the holidays, so.
Yeah, except my money's already gone.
Right, exactly. So people have summer jobs, and then they like, hey, I got like $60, and they're like, I can go buy a game, but there's nothing out. We'll be back. We're back. Took a little break. Last topic of the day, we're going to talk about what we've been playing and what we're excited to be playing coming up soon. In the next like month or two, we'll keep it between like August and September and
October.
Actually, No Man's Sky is coming out in like a week, 2 weeks. So my goal is to beat Chrono Trigger before then.
In that new game that looks like Chrono Trigger?
I Am Setsuna.
Yeah.
I want to, but it's $40, and I don't feel like it's worth it for $40. I'm gonna wait until it's like on a flash sale or something, and then I'll play it, because it is Chrono Trigger practically. So
basically.
But like I did a poll on Facebook. I have a nerdy group on there, and I put a list of things that I want to beat, and that was a unanimous decision was Chrono Trigger. And I've played Chrono Trigger and Final Fantasy VI like almost all the way through, and I just like never beat it. Like it just gets to that point where it's super grind heavy towards the end.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I don't know if I want to do this right now. Like this is just a lot to do. So I just get to those points where I'm just like, I've been playing this game for like 10, 15 hours already. I got probably like 10, 15 hours more, depending on like if I can actually like wing off a couple wins without grinding. And then like I'm gonna have to grind for like another 5 hours before I can fight the final boss and like get to level 99. Cause you need to get to level 99 like anytime you play like any one of those old school Final Fantasy games.
RPGs.
Yeah, it's just like you have to reach 99 or you're not beating the boss. Like you go on any wiki, any like game walkthrough or anything like that, they're like, hey, make sure you're level 99 before you go in here. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Like that's a grind. Like I think the most I ever get to like in any of them that I ever play is like 50, and that's like not even close to being anywhere close to where you have to be to beat the boss. So it's like I get to 50 and then I'm just like I still have to get to 99, and it doesn't get easier. You don't find stronger monsters that give you more experience sometimes. Like sometimes you just gotta work with what you're doing, and it's kind of grind heavy. So like Final Fantasy 6 is still my favorite JRPG. Never beat it though. Never. I've come close to beating it.
Grinding.
Yeah, grinding is like really hard. Like
Persona. That's when I'm grinding.
Persona 4, like, I want to beat that game too, but it gets to the points where, like, the difficulty spikes in that game jump high. Like, when I say high, like, you'll do the first area, and, like, you'll get tired, so you go back to, like, you know, you come out, like, in Persona 4, it's about going inside the TV world, fighting in there, looking for your friends, so they don't get murderized, and then you jump back out. But each day, like, you can only do that, or you can only do, like, a series of things to improve your outside world communications with people. And then like you go into the world and then you battle. But once you start to get tired, like you leave and you come back the next day, but that's the only thing you've done that day. And then you got like a set amount of days to like save this person. But that's like a one where like you'll beat the first dungeon, you'll go to the next dungeon and you're just so like underpowered. And then like you'll still make it through the dungeon sometimes. You'll face the last boss and they're like, you have to be like level 20. And I'm like, I'm level 9. I have to be 20 just to fight this thing, but it's recommended to be 25 to fight the second one.
Actually, you know, Obsidian, the guys who made all the old school Neverwinter games and stuff, they're actually making a new game. Forgot the name of it. It was some weird name that made me think it was a strategy game when I first clicked on like a trailer for it, but it looks Baldur's Gate. You have 4 people. You go like Divinity. Like, yeah. I'm super stoked for that because Obsidian's always been good at making those games.
Yeah.
Super good.
So I want to be. Everybody says Chrono Trigger. I've actually come close to being Chrono Trigger. It's not as grind heavy as the other ones. I definitely think it's my second favorite JRPG next to Final Fantasy 6. I had other things like Gears 2 and 3 because I want to beat those before 4 comes out.
Never beat through?
No, I never beat any of them.
Oh, really?
And I just recently beat the first one because they remastered it. And then the second one and third one, they were both like... The second one came out and me and Alex played it. And we got like super far in it. But like it was one of those things where like... You play it for like a day or two. And you kind of get bored after like 1 or 2 hours. So you go do something else. And then it was just like... Oh, we gotta go to school tomorrow. And then never went and played it again. And then 3 was like, it came out so far into like, I was living with roommates and stuff like that. And it was like, I played like the first couple hours, but it was more about playing online. Like, I was like, I just want to play online. They actually have dedicated servers now. So I want to play online and not have somebody kill me because they have hosts and whatnot. So
I refuse to play those games online.
Yeah. When they remastered the first one, it was actually pretty good. Like I actually played it online for a while. But I wanted to get all the achievements for it, but the one is like get 10,000 kills in multiplayer, and I was like, damn it, I'm never doing that. So, never achieving this one. I actually had a friend that actually got it, but he played that for literally like a year straight. Yeah. So, yeah. So he's the only one that I know that ever got that.
He's the only one I know that played the game that much.
Yeah. I mean, I really like Gears. I think Gears is an amazing franchise.
I think they have...
Their story is like amazing.
They have the best story to have come out in years for a shooter
game. Especially like a third-person shooter.
But, I mean, I didn't play 3, so maybe they fixed it on 3. I played a little bit of 3 with the Horde mode and stuff.
Horde was the mode that I played on 3, like, for like days. But
I just know, like, one in particular. I still remember the last time, like, the moment I decided I was never going to touch online Gears again. Walk up to a wall, shoot a shotgun, you count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So my bullet hit the wall, and I was like, done. Never playing this again.
The only thing about Gears that I think the longevity of it for the online happened was it was one of those games that it wasn't early into the online, but it was one of the first online, like, other than Halo, that like people like got excited for.
Yeah.
For like consoles and stuff. And I think the longevity was that it was so messed up, but like it was fun. Like it wasn't bad because it was messed up. It was almost like it was like annoying, but it was like you would have like good games where you just be like, that was good. Like I was a beast in that. But then it'd be like, you had those lag issues and you'd be like pretty mad. But like then you would see people get like, you'd be like, how did he shoot my freaking head off? I jumped, he jumped, the game lagged, and then my head's gone, and you're just like a mystery. But it was one of those things where it was just like you dealt with it, like you got your cards
I did.
in your hand. I mean, you didn't.
Nope.
I mean, I didn't because I didn't have an Xbox, but I know that's what a lot of people did was just like they liked the game so much that they just dealt with it for a while until 3, and then nobody played 3 online really. They didn't really like online.
The fact that
but it was dedicated.
Fixed it, and I don't know.
I don't know what the issue was between 1 and 2, why they couldn't fix it between those ones. I don't know. I would like to know why they couldn't do it. But that was a game that like it was co-op. You could play it. You could play it online co-op.
Yeah, that was.
You beat the story. The story was really fun. I thought it was really great. I like the characters in it. I think I like the characters in this new one that's coming out. I'm gonna get the new one when it comes out. It's gonna be my first Gears game. I mean, with that share to play, I can give it to you probably because I'll own it. So
I just.
If you want to come and play it and beat it with me,
I'll come beat it with you. It's just not a game that I'm willing to buy.
No, I mean
I've been playing my shooters. Been playing lots of Overwatch. Playing.
But like
I haven't played Counter Strike in like 2 months. I get back on. Yeah, I get back on, and I was LEM. And from not playing, I D-ranked all the way to like MG2. So like to give you, I don't even know what ranking games you've played, but I dropped like 6, 7 ranks just from inactivity. So now I'm facing retards and just destroying kids. Like, it's not fair. I don't belong in it. People are like, he's hacking.
That's the one thing I wish Call of Duty would do, where I think it would be, like, I know you don't like Call of Duty or anything like that, but I wish they had the D-ranking stuff for the players who just are garbage. Like,
I think Call of Duty wouldn't even be that hard to fix.
No, it wouldn't, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I wish they would just
make guns different. Like, every gun shouldn't be the same. They shouldn't have the same damage. They shouldn't have the same accuracy. Headshots should do more damage than body shots.
2 bullets should kill you in a headshot. The one that get the helmet off if you're wearing a helmet.
I think it depends on the gun. I think rifles, almost all rifles should one-shot headshot you. Yeah. SMGs should too.
Yeah, because
if a 5.56 round's going into your skull, ain't no helmet fucking protecting you.
No,
you're dead.
and I do think
But I think every sniper have to go for full realism. It just needs something like the game.
Here's my thing:
it's missing something to be competitive.
Yeah,
like
it is.
Yeah, it's arena is fun when you just want to like, oh man, I want to waste 30 minutes before I go do something.
Yeah,
but it needs something.
It needs Modern Warfare 2 to be the best game ever. And
I mean, Modern Warfare 2 still needed a little bit of change.
Well, yeah,
too.
but it was still fun.
But people did that though. Is people made those changes and they went and played tournament mode.
Yeah.
And it was a completely, but they don't. I mean, they still do that now. But at the same time, it's like, why can't you just? You could actually. The reason why I don't even think Call of Duty competitive play will ever catch on is because they play in different modes and stuff. Like the reason why Counter Strike and like Overwatch is probably going to be so popular is because what they're playing is the exact mode that you can, when you're done watching them, you can go and play that exact mode and use whatever strategies you've seen. Same reason why like people enjoy watching it more than football and stuff. It's because as much as you enjoy watching football or basketball, like once you hit a certain age, like there ain't no training you can do to do what they do.
Yeah.
There's just nothing you can do. But if you practice enough,
get into some type of e-sport,
you can hit those shots. You know what I mean? You can learn it and you can do it. And it makes it nice.
I think they need to. I don't know. I don't know what they can do to fix that game to make it like competitive, like what you're saying. Like I think
Call of Duty could do it, but I don't think Battlefield could do it, and I don't think Battlefield's ever going to try to be a competitive game though.
Probably not.
They're just trying to be a big Battlefield. Like it's what it's there.
Which is fun. That's what it's there for. Like, not every game has to be competitive.
No.
What would be cool for them to do? I know you have your things about it. I know a lot of people. I've been hearing a lot of people talk about it. They should just cross all the things together, like for Overwatch. For Overwatch, I don't care. I don't care if people get slaughtered or not. Like, I think people just need to do it.
I mean, you can do it if you want, but like, there's a reason why they're balancing the games differently for the two different.
Well,
systems.
I know, because I know some characters got nerfed in the console that didn't get nerfed on the.
Yeah, like Torbjorn. They nerfed Torbjorn's turret. Why? Because people can't aim on console, so his turret's OP.
Yeah.
But on the PC, he's not even a fucking top pick.
Yeah.
You like most people when they're picking Torbjorn, you're like, what the fuck are you picking that Swedish bastard? Get off of him.
I like not the fact that like I don't care that people get like smashed in it, but it would be cool. Like
I think it should be an option.
I think here's like the thing though. Like you
could choose like I could choose to queue with PC players if I was on PlayStation, but also at any point in time I could choose to not queue.
Yeah.
So I don't get stopped.
But it'd be cool if like if I could play Overwatch with you on my controller on my console, I would go buy it.
I think they should also bar it from competitive. They should keep it quick play only.
I wouldn't mind either.
Just straight up, Tristam Mizek, he plays on a controller. I won't play ranked with him. Won't do it.
But it'd be fun. Like I wouldn't even care. Like let people get slaughtered. Let people see the difference between the two, and let people and who knows? Like who knows? Like what if somebody was good enough with the controller to compete? Like you don't know. Like some people are just better with certain things, and
they are. But it just comes down to the point of like the best controller user in the world versus the best keyboard user in the world. The keyboard user wins every time.
Well, yeah.
It's one of those things where like you may be really good with controller and you may be facing a retard, but
yeah. But I'm saying like it'd be cool.
At the end of the day, I just want a keyboard and mouse on PlayStation. Like I said, they had that thing where I can plug it in, plug it into my PlayStation. I'm gonna have to get that.
But I think that'd be cool. So those are the games that I'm gonna be playing.
Civilization.
You want Civs really bad in October.
Okay.
I'll probably give it a try with you. I'll probably just go play it with you. I don't think I'll buy it because I won't have a computer at that time still. Like I have a computer, but I don't have a monitor or anything like that. So. But that's all we have for this week. This episode 24.